Bonjour à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. On se retrouve aujourd'hui pour l'épisode 8 de The Legend of Heroes, Charles of Cold Steel. Donc dans la dernière fois qu'on avait joué, il y avait une grande dispute avec deux marchands. Et après, la nuit, il y avait un gros braquage. Et les deux hommes qui se disputaient encore, ils sont disputés encore une fois. Là, on va voir ce qu'on a à faire ici. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? That's correct. Does that make you the students from floors who the market manager said would be coming then? Yep, that's us. We came to see about the request you sent in. Could you explain the situation to us in full? Of course, I happened to come across someone's wallet by my store yesterday, you see. I kept it with me in the hopes that they would come to pick it up, but no one's come to claim it. As such, I'd like to ask you all for your help in delivering it back to its owner. Would you be able to do that for me? Yes, we'd be happy to help. Thank you. Here's the wallet that I found. We'll be sure to take good care of it. I assume that you've already inspected the contents. I did indeed. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything inside that could help to identify the owner. What exactly was it inside it anyway? Well, naturally, there was Mira in it. I couldn't believe just how much was in there, though. The only thing was a train ticket to Heimdall that's scheduled for tonight. Sounds like the owner is a fairly well-off traveler, then. There's not much we can do with that, as our only lead, though. I believe the train ticket is potentially our best lead. Yeah, but what should we do with it? Should we go and ask at the station? Yeah, considering it's for a train that leaves tonight, I imagine the owner is frantically searching for it. Which means that they might have already been to the station themselves to ask about it. Let's head over to the station then. Sorry for the trouble, but I'm counting on you for this. Donc on doit aller voir à la station. D'abord, attends, non, pas là, la station. Ici. Yes, there was an inquiry. The wallet seems to match the description we received too. Can I ask when the inquiry was made? I believe it was this morning. A young lady came along in the pack, claiming that she was a complete loss without her wallet and its contents. From what I could tell, she seems to have been traveling alone too. I get why she would be in panic then. Did she say anything else that could lead us to her? She mentioned something about returning to the inn to do a thorough check, if I recall correctly. It's the weathercock, right down the street. You can miss it. How convenient we happen to be staying there ourselves. Alright, let's go ask Margaret. Weathercock Inn, c'est où ça? Non. Ah, voilà. Hey there, is something the matter? Do you have a moment? There's something we'd like to ask you. Oh, you're looking for Annabelle. Bad timing though, she just left. That's unfortunate. But we have a name now, at least that makes life a lot easier. True, all that's left now is to actually meet with her. She mentioned that she'd be searching at the rest area in the Grand Market next, so you'll want to head there. Make sure you return it to her, okay? We will, let's go. C'est quoi le nom? Non. Elle m'a donné quoi? Oh, these look delicious. Thank you very much. Hey, no worries. You take this recipe too. It's nice and simple, so give it a shot sometimes. C'est le même, bon bah... Le nom de la personne qu'on cherche, c'est Annabelle. Ok. On va voir s'il y a quelqu'un dans le marché qui s'appelle Annabelle. Allez, c'est parti. Cours, cours, cours. Allez, Réré. Non. Ah bah la voilà. Non. Excuse me, would you happen to know if a young lady came in searching for her wallet, would you? She was indeed here a few moments ago, but she's gone now. You know where she went then? Unfortunately not. She did mention something about having no choice but to rely on Adios now though. Does that help you at all? I think there's only one place that could be. Shall we make our way to the church then? Ah bah on doit aller aux chapelles. Yeah, that seems like our best bet for now. Direction aux chapelles. C'est pas elle? Si. Oh, Adios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my mirror in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroine act made it kind of obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me? Just who are you? Well, you can turn right around if you're planning to rob me. I no longer have any. Please calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming that you are Annabelle? I am. Haha, duh. So, you wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? That's my old wallet. Where did you find it? Well, you see. Thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept this safe for me. However, kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it would seem. Looks that way, yeah? Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you like in return? You can take half of what's currently in here if you like. I don't think we can accept that. Your things alone are enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the wallet search began. Ooh. I see no reason you can accept that. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We gratefully accept then. You're very welcome. Thank you again for finding my wallet. C'est bon, on l'a déposé. So you managed to find the owner after all then. Thank goodness. I really can't thank you enough. I'm glad that we could be of help. Please excuse us then. Let's go, une quête accomplie. Bah c'était pas si dur. Désolé pour la sonnerie. Alors on a 2 quêtes à faire de l'histoire. And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Celtic Grand Market. Why? What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me? You! I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. He seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in the busy market, unable to do business. So what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually... You're investigating? That's right, and we'd really appreciate if you can answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit? I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing at least. You don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, you can blame me. Well, can you blame me? You're students at a military academy. You're not exactly ace detectives. That is true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Okay, fine. I never said it wouldn't. How you did. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't? As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I shouldn't have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed has been done. So by morning, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen. Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me actually. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? An accessory? Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Being a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think just how much money I lost in one single night. The damned cowards sabotaged my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me, he decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back no matter what it takes. But please try to stay calm. You do know that if you cause any more trouble, the Provincial Army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principle. I'm begging you, please give my goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise success, but I swear to you we'll do everything we can, that much I can promise. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one. Ok, donc là on doit demander à l'autre marchand qui s'est disputé. Attends, il est où? Il est là. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from that military academy, right? What do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did have something to sell, I've got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And to top it all off, the Provincial Army and that other damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? Hard to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see, you're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? Not getting my hopes up, as I am sure you can understand, but hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night? Huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place, and the merchant just got drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. I went over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods. That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life made with local ingredients. See all my stuff gone, really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool's stall to make him pay for it. why did you go straight for him? To him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have that spot all to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? T'es intelligent, idiot. He must have done that to himself. Probably figure if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. I don't know, that seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. Well, I understand your frustration, big. So his accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. But it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to shut up shop for good. That is bad. If I could at least get my goods back, maybe I can salvage enough to stay afloat. But what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army sure ain't about to help. I'm finished, pure and simple. All the hard work I've put into getting this far, and this is how the dreams ends for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you, but we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I'm about to get my hopes of good luck a tug. Toujours des mystères ou quoi? That's all the two victims of this crime had to say, it seems. What does everybody think? I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other stalls. But the chance of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of these merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have a look elsewhere to find viable suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? On fait l'intelligent ou quoi ici? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there's one thing that's been bugging me. C'est quoi? There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Baz, de qui on parle, Réré? Who do you mean? I'm talking about... ça c'est... Oh là là, comment je vais faire pour choisir? Le market manager et sa femme? Peut-être. No, that's not it. The group who... The provincial army. Quoi? L'armée? Pourquoi? They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought the dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they were refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly, there's definitely something unnatural about the way that they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head out on over and see what we can find out. Ok, je dois y aller où? Ah bah c'est juste là-bas, je dois juste tourner. Voilà. Allez, on y va. Aren't you those students from the military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on field study as students of Thor's Military Academy, and we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This seems a perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case study and could prove most invaluable to our education if you permit it. Alright, stay here, I'll see what I can do. It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. Ouais, tu gères un peu, Laura, bravo. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it, and even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. Bah toi aussi, rien, tu gères un peu avec ton intelligence. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? Make it quick, I'm a busy man, you know? He's not even trying to keep up appearances. It's unbelievable. I'll be brief then we came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Ouais, ça se voit que c'est eux. Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure. You got a big mouth for someone your age. Qui a une grande bouche? And it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the number one priority of the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you, the number one priority should be to enforce the will of the region's ruling lord. Duke Alberea, c'est le père de Jusis, comme on avait dit. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect? Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers, we follow our orders, that's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our jobs. Oh, commence pas, Laura. S'il te plaît, commence pas. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. So is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening now. If you'll excuse me, I have a job to do. Non, on n'a pas fini ici. Wait, would you mind answering just one more question? Idiot, j'espère que ta question va pas être débile. Fine, ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant, all he had left was that one sample. What are you talking about? That merchant from the capital, Heinz, was the one who was planning on selling the accessories? What? What did you just say? What? What are you all looking at me like that for? How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. So, sir, we have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now we've wasted enough time answering your questions, we're leaving. Allez. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed, I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Though that would be easy information for them to learn since Duke Alvarel must have issued permits for both stalls. Désolé. That's true, and the army would have no trouble gaining access to transactions or records for something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Elliot, là tu dis des phrases débiles. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting, so they could get robbed while there was tension between them. Basically to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. Elliot, tu me donnes envie d'être intelligent. That seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the provincial army has shown no interest in actively working toward a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough that they feel like they have no choice but to withdraw the petition. This has turned out to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we finally covered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You make a fine military strategist. I just got lucky, that's all. So what we know is the provincial army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the provincial army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with escapades. I tend to agree. Whoever the culprit are, I doubt they're still here in Keldic. There just aren't many viable places to hide such a volume of goods without them being found. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they escaped by a train, though. That can't be boarding a train with that much merchandise would raise suspicion for sure. It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they can't have gone far. Maybe we should ask around on the main roads see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let this cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Allez, c'est parti. Alors, ici. Lulu, are you okay? C'est pas, on ne s'appelle pas, y a personne ici qui s'appelle Lulu. Look what that nasty man did to her. Is something the matter? I was just chasing after Lulu near the west exit of town, and there was this weird man asleep along the side of the street. A weird man? To sleep in the midst of bustling town like this? Oblivious to its dangers, suggests he must possess formidable skills. Or he was just really drunk. The nasty smell coming off of him nearly made a little Lulu faint. Wow, je peux pas parler. That's terrible. It really was. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure she keeps her distance from him. So he's not from this town then? I'm not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. I never seen him before that. Really now, that sounds like a lead if ever I've heard one. If he's drinking in the middle of the day and isn't instructor Sarah, then we know he's not a merchant at the very least. Est-ce que Alisa essaie de dire que c'est instructrice Sarah derrière le braquage? Yeah, I think we should go talk to him. Let's have a look near the west exit and see if we can track him down. On passe où maintenant? C'est parti. Carré, cours, Ré. Rien cours, fais vite. C'est lui le monsieur, hein. A drink, bring me another drink. Oh oui, t'es devenu foufou. Hey you, this guy reeks. How much has he put down? It's only midday and he's already completely blitzed. I don't think this is the man we're looking for. I think he had trouble pulling off a robbery. Sir, are you alright? We can help you back home if you like. Just shut up, leave me... Il sait pas dire laisse-moi tranquille. Il dit leave me alone, alors c'est leave me alone. I'm just a good friend, nothing who just lost his job. Just lose? Tu veux dire just et lost? Je sais pas parler. Looking after that nature park whoosh my whole life. Whoosh? Ça veut dire quoi ça? Nature park. I wonder if he's talking about the Lulu and nature park we saw yesterday. Oh, you kids know it? You see, I hushed to be the park ranger for that old place. And then you lost your job? Yeah, out of nowhere too. I gave my life to that job. I did. And then he just came and took it all from me. That damned official just showed up out of nowhere and told me I was sacked. Oh, c'est les phrases les plus drôles que j'ai vues dans ma vie. Yakin to just take a man's life little off unlike that. Unlike that, it's not fair. That job was my life. My life. Yes, we can see that. Something about this doesn't sound right. I agree, it hardly seems fair to take a man's job away from him without good reason. Right, I'm so glad somebody c'est pas understand, c'est understand. Somebody understands how I feel. There's no way a bunch of kids like that that are gonna do a better job than me. Il sait pas parler lui. Kids? On n'est pas des enfants nous. I was blinking here last night to see. And a bunch of kids in the ranger uniform when walking out of that town through the best exit. Where the things was, they was carrying a bunch of wooden boxes to in the middle. Oh, that night. Kids these days, I tell you. You don't think they could have been? The nature park, I wouldn't even have considered it. But given its size, it would no doubt be a perfect hiding spot. Yeah, they have no trouble stashing the merchandise. They're undetected. The man standing at the entrance yesterday were probably there as lookouts. And if a provincial official was the one to tell him he was fired, that's practically a smoking gun. Huh? I said something useful or something. Don't know what I said, but if he have to get out, why not buy me a drink? I would suggest you start trying to sober yourself up instead. There's a good chance we may be able to recover both your park and your job. What? We know our next stop. As soon as we're fully prepared, let's head on out to the Lunaria Nature Park. Right. Alors, on doit y aller ouest. Parce que c'est la douille, on peut y aller chercher le parc. On fait attention des ennemis. Pourquoi il y a un monstre ici? Allez, c'est parti. Nous voilà. On y est proche. Allez, juste on esquive les ennemis pour pas se faire mêler dans des combats. Nous sommes arrivés. Lunaria Nature Park. Doesn't seem like anybody's here. I wonder what happened to those boss guys who were here before. If they really are the culprits, maybe they've run away already. This woodland is too dense to reliably intuit whether anyone waits within. Yeah. What's this? C'est l'accessoire que le marchand nous avait dit. Donc il y a quelqu'un qui l'a volé. Un bracelet? Ah non, c'est pas l'objet que j'ai dit. How did a bracelet come to be in a place such as this? Just as I thought. This bracelet has the same design on it as the ones that merchant from the capital was planning on selling. Ah bah oui, c'était celui que je venais de dire. Really? You're sure? Positive, there's not a doubt in my mind that it was designed by the same person. Care to give a second opinion on that, Laura? I'm hardly qualified to weigh in on recent trends, but there do seem to be a number of similarities between this bracelet and the merchant goods. So the fact that it's here means, yeah. It's extremely likely the culprits we're looking for are inside this park. Sure seems that way to me. Y'a quoi? Ah bah on peut pas passer, c'est une fermeture. It only opens from the inside. I suppose that leaves us a little choice. Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? Laura, qu'est-ce que tu... Are you going to destroy it? Will you be able to... Laura, range ton épée. Range ça. The lock seems quite solid, but my sword should be strong enough to... Wait. What the hell, bro? I'll do it. I can get it done more quietly. Oh? Really? What are you going to do? The 8 leaves one lead school, 4 form, and 10 leaf cutter. C'est pas son attaque. Ça n'a rien fait, gros. Ça va rien fait. Mon Dieu, Ryan. Seriously? Wow, you cut it right in two. Oh, ouais, au début, je n'avais pas pensé qu'il a vraiment fait. I did, thankfully. Spectacular. It's an honor bearing witness to one of the skills of the 8-leaf school. Ah, thanks, but I'm still more or less a beginner, though. Anyway, we don't have much time left. Let's head inside and see if we can find them. Right. If we need to find them before the sun starts to set. Looks like we can still make it after all. Excellent. Come. Then we must make haste. Rentrons dedans. Oh, wow!
There's tons of little stone monuments in here.
Ah, what?
What do you think they're supposed to be? I imagine they were made by the animals.
Ça, c'est la carte de cet endroit. Il y a des coffres. Faudra juste faire attention de ne pas se faire avoir. On se repose un peu. C'est bon. Ok, c'est parti. Ok, on s'est pas fait avoir. C'est possible ici ou pas? Fais attention. Oh punaise! Allez hop! Let's go, on est réussi. Allez, il y a quoi d'autre comme coffre? Il y en a un ici. Impossible qu'il me voie. Ah bah on peut le fight maintenant. On est obligé, hein, on est obligé de se fight. Let's go, baby. Attends. Ok. Non, on peut pas utiliser. Allez hop. Boom. Boom. Alors ça ne rigole pas. Boum. Allez les boys. Dead. Arcus activate. Allez, boum. Oh, Réan a fait une bonne esquive. Allez, le dernier coup sera fait par Laura et boum. C'est tout ce qu'elle dit, qu'on a des entraînements à faire. Qui a level up. Ah bah c'était Laura. Allez, on va ouvrir le coffre. Alors oui. Ah bah c'est tous les coffres. Non, il n'en reste plus qu'un coffre. Esquiver. Juste fais attention, il y a un petit gars là. Let's go, on a ouvert, allez on s'enfuit. Non, 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 non. Comment on va faire? Non. Allez, let's go, on s'est enfui. Ok.
Oh, there's a stream here. This seems like a nice spot. Now's our chance.
On a des avantages maintenant, c'est parti. Bon. Alice et Irène gèrent là-bas, Elliot et Laura de l'autre sens.
My turn. Shatter. Oh God.
Non mais ces attaques sont trop cheatées ou quoi? Boum. À toi Réré. Boum. Pourquoi tu fais cette tête? Wesh. Ça c'est pas une meilleure action de victoire. Allez, le coffre. Alors... il y a plein de coffres. Je crois que c'est mieux si on s'arrête ici pour cet épisode de The Legend of He, Recherche, Cold Steel. Donc j'espère que ça vous a plu. On se dit à la prochaine. On va continuer la suite de Lunaria Nature Park demain. Ciao, ciao. Et aussi... aujourd'hui c'est l'anniversaire du youtubeur Toshmax. J'ai sorti un short pour fêter son anniversaire. S'il vous plaît, abonnez-vous à lui.